So we're going into the benefits of training. Like I said in the previous class, I said training improves the skills and knowledge of employees, which means with training, you can be more, you're going to keep updated about happenings, maybe new legislation, new laws, new safety rules, whatever it is that is new, you get to know them through training. Do you get the first point here? So look at what I wrote about the benefits of training. It keeps workers up to date. Up to date regarding what? New health and safety procedures. If there are new health and safety procedures, one. New technology. If there's new technology, that means you might be using induction to introduce it to workers. New working practice. You might need to train workers about what the new things about the workplace. It is important. The second one, improving labor flexibility. With training, because your skills and knowledge has improved. Training means you're learning through things that you don't already know. That is what training is about. They won't train you on what you already know. You'll be trained based on new things. So that's why I wrote here that training allows workers to learn new skills, different from existing ones. So you have your skills. Now with training, you're adding more skills. Adding more skills means you are multi-skilled. And being multi-skilled means you have the flexibility to adapt to any work environment or work practices. When you are multi-skilled, it means you have the flexibility to diversify, to work in any aspect of the operations. This will only happen if you are being trained. Without training, the skills you have are the only skills you can use. But with training, you have more skills, which means you become multi-skilled. And this gives flexibility. Do you understand the point, please?
Yes.
If you have a question, you better ask, please. The third one, it improves job satisfaction and motivation. Training allows workers to feel valued and they are likely to be happy. When you are being trained, if your employers invest on you, because training is expensive, but if employers feel that they have to invest on you, you feel happy, you feel satisfied, because it means they hold you to high regards. And going forward in the organization, you are part of the future of the organization. No employer will train you if they don't see you part of the future of the organization. If they don't see you going forward, they won't train you. They will get rid of you. Do you understand the point here? So training means they are investing on you. And investment on you means you get more skills, you feel valued and motivated. So instead of you to be the one spending, the organization is spending on you. Do you get the point here? So training makes workers feel motivated and valued. And they are unlikely to leave your workplace. The last one, training is needed when workers are being promoted. When you promote workers, that means you elevate them, you give them a new position. You need to train them on the new position. So training is also important for that. Do we understand, please?
Yes.
Any question about the benefits? So we go to the problems or limitations or the setbacks of training. Hello, can you just be here, please? The first one, high cost of training courses. Training is expensive, like I told you, especially when it has to be off-the-job training. You have to pay a specialist to train your employees. And that might increase your expenses, which means your profitability might reduce. Get the point here. Training is expensive. Because it is expensive, it is high, it increases your cost of production or cost on overheads. And because your overheads are increasing, it means your profitability would reduce. So firms might feel reluctant or businesses might feel reluctant to train workers because it reduces their profits. Do you understand the first point here? Another problem about training is learning is by doing. So it's always going to be simulation. We can't, whatever we learn in school, we still need to make it empirical. So it means to make it empirical, to practicalize it, it means it has to start working. So why do we have to train you when we know that the actual work is by doing? Do you get the point here? So businesses will argue that there's no point training workers because the actual work is by doing it. Do you understand? So training is more like theoretical. It is actually when you start working that you learn more. That's why I wrote, learning is by doing. Do you understand? As a result, businesses might not want to train people. They see it as waste of resources. Do you understand the second point here? The third one, loss of output. Loss of output comes when it comes to off-the-job training. Because in off-the-job training, workers are being trained from outside the organization. Which means workers might be absent during the working hours. So that means they won't be doing anything and they will be paid for that. That is loss of output. Do we get it, please? And the last one, employees leaving. As soon as workers are trained, they become more skilled. Yes or no? It improves their know-how. They know more. Then they become attractive to employers, to competitors. And because they are attractive to competitors, they might choose to leave your organization. Yes, you said, the other time you said, why can't they hold them with contracts? Yes, there's always going to be a contract. A contract has agreement, offer, acceptance, and law. You cannot keep employees that wants to leave. There's no way you can keep them. They are not happy, they have to leave. Irrespective of whatever contract they sign, by law, they would have to leave. They might have to leave, maybe they have to give you a month's notice in lieu, just a month's notice before they leave. Yes?
Well, the contract can say like after you receive this training, you can't leave, like 6 months, or you can't go to any right.
Yes.
Well, if that is stated, after 6 months, the employee will leave. Hello?
And you also said you can't go to any rivals.
No, I don't think that is possible because it becomes a threat. And we talked about it here, health and safety. We talked about threat, right?
Yes, yes.
It becomes a threat.
What about if the contract states like the training you received, you can't use it anywhere else?
How can you stop people from using what they know? That is also a threat. So, well, the point is, businesses most of the time do not want to train workers. Not because they consider workers as a cost, because they feel that as soon as that worker is being trained, he or she might choose to leave, which is a cost on the business. That ends training. Any question about training? No. Thank you.